back plugged in again, and today we're going to be doing a full showcase breakdown review on the Raiden Shogun Ball. But we're going to go ahead and get into the full gameplay overview. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get right into the showcase to review the guide. Before we do that, I do want to say, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and do follow me at twitch.tv/dprofit24. Taking a look at this character, you need to understand her role, what stats you like to go for, and what is her best role on the field. So just taking a look at everything, I'm rocking the deathmatch. Mine is refinement 2. I will be going for the catch once I get the time to farm for it. All right, so let's start this talking off about the most important thing to this character, which the most important thing for her rotations is her elemental skill. You have to do her elemental skill to start building chakra for her Musou no Hitachi. Also, by leveling up her elemental skill talent levels, you get skill damage and coordinated attack damage, and this is also how you get the additional damage to your elemental burst damage for your allies per energy. So the mechanics with her burst can be a little convoluted, but I'll go over everything right here. So her base scaling damage is 641 at talent level 8, and she's going to build resolve, all right, based on her talent level, and she gets resolve stack bonus based on this as well. Also, this is her normal attack, charge attack scaling while she's in her Musou no Ishin form. And the thing about this is, the higher the alt cost, so the more energy the ultimate of your ally, the more resolve it builds for her. So if you have an 80 energy cost, that's going to get her the most resolve. If you have a high energy cost and your electro, that's going to be like a double or triple bonus for her as far as getting her resolve filled. So she does have that mechanic. You don't always have to wait until you get the bar filled. Of course, that's just how much your absolute peak damage is for your current talent level, is getting her full resolve bar fill. Okay, and she does do a lot of damage. If you can get this full, I was able to hit for 200,000 damage. That was with food buffs, and that was with the electro buff food. And she actually does magnify people's damage. So let's just say, for example, with the level 8 skill level, talent level, just like I have, with an 80 alt cost, you're going to be getting an additional 23.2% additional damage. Let's say you have level 6 talent, it's about 21.6 additional damage. So with the 40 energy cost, it's a little less than half of that, so keep that in mind. But she does still boost elemental burst damage as well as a cooldown that you can get your elemental burst back. Now we need to talk about her passive talent, Enlightened One. Now, for every 1% of energy recharge that she possesses, she's going to get an additional 0.6 energy restoration from Musou Ishin, as well as 0.4% electro bonus damage. So that means if you can get, let's just say, 200% energy recharge, you're going to be getting at least 40% additional electro bonus damage and 60% greater energy restoration. That just lets you know that scaling energy recharge is extremely important for this character. Alright, let's quickly go over her constellations. So our first constellation allows her to gain Musou 20% faster with normal characters and 80% faster for Electro. C2 is very much a sweet spot, giving her 60% defense shred. C3 is more alt damage, which is amazing for C3. C4 just gets her allies 30% more attack bonus for 10 seconds after her Musou Ishin state is over. C5 is, of course, elemental skill damage. And then C6 allows you to legitimately shorten the burst cooldown even more dramatically in her Musou Ishin state. Not very much needed, but in some cases, or maybe in the future, it could be very overpowered. Taking a look at the best team compositions for the Raiden Shogun, there really is a lot of teams that she can be dominant in, but there are also a few niche cases of teams that shouldn't work. I would pretty much say you can throw her with any type of support that's going to do damage off field. So anybody like, Kazuha, Sucrose, Xingqiu, Zhangling, Rosaria, even Fischl, all those characters work really well. I call this the Flare Blitz team, something I'm working on. But yeah, Zhangling, Tartaglia, Sucrose, and Raiden Shogun, of course. This I call it the Archon War team. And then you got, kind of your floater here. You can really legitimately throw in any character that you want in this fourth slot. I like Mona because, she just boosts elemental burst damage. So, you can really use any character, even a main DPS, someone to set up those reactions, and then you just knock them down since everything's set up and synergized, right? So also, this is a really good team. This is the Super Shred or Super Conduct team. All in all, Ball is going to be a great character in any addition to any team. There are certain situations like main DPS teams where she's not the best unless they do need energy recharge. So in some cases like Eula, she's literally in hand and glove perfect fit, even though she can Super Conduct as well. So Ball and Eula go hand in hand. But she works in a lot of teams, man. Don't think that you have to be super restrictive with her teams. You can throw her at pretty much any character, like I said, that does off-field reactions. Even if you want to use her with like a main DPS like Hu Tao or Ganyu or something like that. It's just going to help having your alt costs up, as quickly as possible. And there are other synergies that she does offer as well. All in all, she's a very great character, and she's going to support in pretty much any team except just a few niche cases. But she's a little bit niche in her support as well. But in her support, she's the best at that role, supplying energy on top of feeding your team a lot of particles and a lot of extra damage. Alright, so for a very, very important part of the video, we're going to go ahead and talk about her weapons and artifacts. And the reason I'm covering weapons and artifacts is because they go hand in hand. Whatever your weapon is, you're going to balance out that with your artifacts. I'll just have the DPS guide of all of the best weapons for her on screen right now, and everything will be linked in the description. I did not create this. I'm not a super mad genius or anything like that, so I will link everything in the description down low. But take a look. There's the best weapons for. I'm going to be working on a deathmatch. I'll be able to get mine R3, and then I'll be able to work on the catch, and I'll just do that slowly to get that R5. I'm not about to just sit here and super grind now right now because deathmatch is very good. So as you see, we have deathmatch, which is this crit rate stat stick, which means we absolutely need a crit damage circlet. And this is what I had farmed. That's what I have for her, okay? So we have this god tier electro bonus goblet. Literally has everything that you could ever want in a goblet with the corresponding bonus damage. We have an energy recharge sands with 20 crit damage and an attack percentage sands with 20 crit damage as well. So luckily for me, I'll be able to interchange those and test pretty equally and see which going to give me the more damage. I can tell you all in all, attack percentage will get you more damage, but she does have the bonuses with energy recharge as well, so keep that in mind. And feathers and flowers, I pretty much have my pick with these. Test them. You can test some stuff, test some builds. There's just so many small variations depending on what you need. Crit damage is probably going to be best at a certain point, but I do like to try and get some energy recharge, so that's why I have what I have. Something that I have, it could be better, but I'm still testing out stuff. But just so you guys know, attack percentage sands is not bad on her depending on your build, because you might be having such energy recharge, your attack percentage might be very, very lacking. So keep that in mind. You do want to have over 100% attack percentage, and I'm at like 95. And then my crit rate and crit damage are absolutely immaculate with over 200 energy recharge. This is a fully in-game god tier Raiden Shogun build, and I'll be happy to showcase this character. Let's go ahead and get into that right now. Alrighty, you guys, so now on to our final Abyss clear. all in all, I want to give my final thoughts as well as this section as well, so we can kind of crunch some time. I think she is an amazing character. I understand that a lot of people are, not very happy with this character. I'm not sure if they're not building her right. I feel like being able to hit 150,000 damage with a, character that doesn't rely on reactions is pretty good. I know Ayaka can do some crazy DPS output with like the ticks and, if you get her stuff. But all in all, man, I really think that Raiden Shogun, aka Ba, is a truly amazing character. She's personally one of my favorite characters. As far as design, I don't think she is like the, Ganyu or Hu Tao or Kazuha level as far as OP-ness, or Zhongli level or Venti level, But I think those are some of the only characters that are above her, And I still do believe wholeheartedly that she is an S tier character, being that there would be like S plus or God tier. I feel like she's like, the tier either right underneath, but this is Genshin Impact, man. You can max clear Abyss with 4-star characters only. So, and as long as we understand that, I mean, how can the character not do enough damage? That's kind of how I feel about it. I know some people, I mean, listen, if they're going to buff the character, I'm down for it, all right? I think her E could probably do more damage, period, point blank. It should probably do more damage, I've seen, albedos ticking for like 15k, every 2 or 3 seconds, which is pretty insane. And it's something similar, Ba might be able to do that, but obviously it just depends on what they do. As far as where she is now and how she currently stands in the current meta, I think she fits in fine. Even though electro reactions have never ever been the best, this character can still hit for very, very great numbers. I will say MiHoYo really didn't do this character service by making, everything in Inazuma resistant to her, as well as pretty much everything in the new Spiral Abyss. So I think honestly that's why a lot of characters are upset with her damage, because the enemies are slathered in 40 to 60% electro resistance, and it's just all in all not gonna work right. So man, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video, this showcase, this guide. I hope you understand more about this character. I'm not sure how many people will see this video, but I still put at least 10 hours into this video, and even more time than that grinding the artifacts and getting the character ready, as well as the knowledge for this information and for the video. So if you've enjoyed, make sure you support me with a like, a share, and a subscribe. Make sure you go follow me at twitch.tv/dpower24. Till next time, I really do love you beautiful people. I hope you enjoyed the content. Till next time, love y'all. I'm out.
I'll make a way. All them people done doubted me.